Good morning, folks. Joe Mangiacotti here. The Joe Mangiacotti Show, flagship station, WCRN, AM 830. We're going to broadcast every Saturday and Sunday morning from 6 to 8 a.m. You can also tune in to AM 730 WACE in the western part of Massachusetts. But we're live streaming all the time on the TuneIn app. So if you don't have us, you can download the app in seconds, punch in WCRN, and you can take us anywhere. All right, a lot coming up on the show this morning. First of all, we're going to kick off with some more local issues. We're going to talk about teachers in schools and the roles they play today. A recent case here out of Worcester, Massachusetts. A student hugs a gym teacher. He's suspended. Foster mother fights to get him reinstated into the school, and then she cries, hold it, wait for it. Racism. So we'll talk about that. Why has everything turned into an issue of race? Just seems like everything gets twisted when race had absolutely nothing to do with whatever was on the table at the moment. But there's also a case or a story out of Florida where a teacher gave a 0 to students who handed in nothing. Now you can get this, they did nothing. Didn't even put their name on a piece of paper. Absolute nothing, right? In my day, you did nothing, you got a 0. Well, school policy is that you can't give less than a 50%. So she didn't give those students a 50%. She gave them a 0. She lost her job because of that. So we'll talk about that. In hour 2 today, Dr. Larry Fedawar joins us, and we're going to talk a little bit about the Minneapolis rally, right? President Trump was gigging big time at that rally. It was crazy, 20,000 people inside, 25,000 people outside, 100,000 people wanted to attend it. And then you got a handful of protesters outside, and not protesters, that hold their sign, peacefully speak their piece. These are the masked up and face covered and mean-spirited protesters who surrounded cars and just really caused mayhem. But the police, and if you remember this, the day before, now this is the same city where the mayor sent a bill at 26 times what the Obama administration, or campaign rather, had to pay when they went there. 26 times. They tried to hit the Trump campaign with a $500,000 add-on bill for providing security and using the arena in Minneapolis. You think Donald Trump's going to pay a bill like that? You haven't been paying attention, and you certainly don't know who the guy was before he was president. So, of course, that got knocked down. But he also, the mayor, told the police that if you're not on duty, you can't wear your uniform. Now, I know they tried to spin it and say that was in the works for a long time, but it was clearly he didn't want to see a sea of blue surrounding the president. So the local union boss, I guess, the union boss, the police head honcho for the union, says that's okay. In hours, they had up and running just hundreds, if not thousands, of productions of the red T-shirts, Cops for Trump. And that's what you saw a sea of. So it actually, once again, the attempted dig that under other circumstances and for other politicians would have been a tough blow, and in some cases the final blow, just seems to be something that feeds this president more and more. And it always seems to get turned around in his favor somehow. So once again, it did there. But we'll talk about that. So because of that, too, there was a huge police presence outside of the Minneapolis arena. So we'll talk to Dr. Larry about that, as well as Hillary Clinton. Yes, the candidate that just won't go away, right? How can we miss you if you won't leave? Well, she comes out a couple days ago, and on a podcast, she says that Tulsi Gabbard is a Russian agent and is being placed in there to be a third-party candidate, just like Jill Stein, and flat out accused Jill Stein of being a longtime Russian asset, because she says the Republicans know they can't win without a third-party candidate. Yeah, I'm letting that one sink in. They know, the Democrats, the Pelosi's, the Schumers, they know that they can't win against Trump in the 2020 ballot, which is why members of their own party have said, we have to impeach him. The only way to get him out of that office. We can't win in the ballot box. So as we see, anything goes. Insurance policy after insurance policy. We see it time and time again. And if you don't see this inquiry of impeachment for what it is, you really aren't paying attention. So, and of course, lines will be open and available for your calls always at 508-871-7000, 508-871-7000. And we do have a text line, and you can text us on the show in real time, and we'll be able to answer questions or respond to inquiries. People use it to send suggestions, and sometimes they use the text line just to remind me of that name that I couldn't remember while I'm live on the air. But that number is 617-297-8388, 617-297-8388. You can also, if you don't have a texting device, you can also email textjoeontheradio@gmail.com, and it'll come up on the same screen. So all that starting this morning, 6 a.m., live on WCRN AM 830 and WACE AM 730, and as well as the TuneIn live stream. I'm Joe Mangiacardi, and we'll see you on the radio.